up, everybody? I'm Blessed and Free. Welcome back to another episode of DOC TV. So, man, you know, about a month ago, I had one of my subscribers comment on a video, and he's like, man, you and Jay Williams are my favorite YouTube channel. So I'm like, well, man, I ain't heard of this channel. So I go and check it out. And man, I really fuck with your content. I like the way, you know, you're raw, uncut, tell the story how it is. And for some reason, like when you tell a story, well, I know why, because it's the truth, but
Right.
it just comes across like you're just being yourself and you're really
Right.
just like recounting what happened in your life. And so, you know, obviously you guys know the rest. I reached out to you. I'm interested in your story. So, and I know there's a lot of other people that are. So obviously, man, your name's Jay. You have a YouTube channel. What was life like growing up for you, man?
I think I had the typical story, man. We were poor. You know, my mother met my father right after he got out of prison for murder.
Damn.
Then they made me. Like, my dad was an ex-convict. I come from a long line of convicts. So then growing up, we grew up poor. You saw crime. We lived in high crime neighborhoods, you know. And I guess at an early age, man, I come to understand that the nicer things in life that everybody else had weren't going to be given to me.
Right. So you had to go get it.
I had to go get it. You know what I mean? Nobody influenced me. A lot of guys would be like, well, I ran with a bad crowd. I did this. I can remember in second grade stealing another kid's G.I. Joes, you know what I mean? And getting caught with them because as a second grader, you've got these G.I. Joes in your pocket. They can't just stay there. You're going to play with them at some point.
Right.
But it's just to show you I didn't have to be influenced. I was just automatically that kid that knew if I wanted to have something that everybody else had, I had to go get it. I had to, you know, steal it by all means necessary. Get out there and get it, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I know exactly what you mean. My mom was, you know, she actually, my stepdad been to prison like 6 times. So I grew up watching the same kind of stuff. So where, like for me, my life of crime started stealing. You know, that was the first thing I got really good at. And then the second thing was figuring out what drugs are selling and how that goes and kind of learn the game. What was your main thing that you focused on?
Early on, it was theft. Like, you know, in my adolescent years, it was theft. I knew I could have, if you had nice Jordans, you had nice shoes. I knew, like I said, that my mom couldn't afford those. I was gonna have the shoes that'll get you picked on. So I'd wait till, you know, gym class and they switch out gym shoes. And I'm going up in the, you know what I mean? And the locker room, I'm stealing your sneakers. And the next day, there I am in school rocking a pair of Nikes that aren't mine. But then it came to the drugs, with my dad being an ex-con. And at one point he worked hard and then that just kind of fell out. He just went to the drug thing. And with the drug scene, it's one of those things where there's so much of it laying around that if I stick my hands in and grab some, nobody's going to miss it. You know what I mean? When there's 2 or 3 pounds laying there, who's going to miss an ounce and a half?
Right, right.
Got me at 10 and 11 years old, bagging up nicks and dimes, taking them and selling them to 4th and 5th grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Start to know the story. From there, you progress. As you know, you're dealing with the dudes that are buying the weed. The next thing you know, somebody, you know, they bring the acid into the scene or they bring the pills into the scene. I realized that's what people want. So now, you know, I can steal all the weed I want. Once, twice a week, I'm dipping in Pop's weed. I'm taking it. I'm selling that. Now I've got enough money. I ain't got to steal the stuff no more. I can just go out there and buy what I need.
Yeah. So what would you say was the main, I mean, obviously the weed, but was there any other drugs you really got into that, you know, you were flipping and you know, making some money doing that? Coke?
Coke was one of the biggest things. Like, you know, I moved to Virginia when I was 12. I moved here from Charlotte. We came here. There was this big shootout with my father and another dude over some coke. So we moved here to Virginia. Neighborhood I moved in, for the most part, it wasn't, you wouldn't say it was the suburbs, but it's like borderline. There's some people out there that work hard for a living, have money, and then there's just rock bottom houses out there where people smoke crack all day.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those neighborhoods. Right. So immediately I started to realize, like, all right, everybody that was smoking weed, they went on to other things. And as they progressed, I progressed. All right, y'all aren't buying the weed like that no more. And you know as well as I do, once people start doing harder drugs, weed's the least of their concerns.
Right,
you know
exactly.
I mean? They've got $100 in their pocket. They're not going to get $100 worth of weed. They're going to try to get, you know, a teen or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A gram, whatever they can do. So I fell into the coke scene.
All right. So when was the first time that you got arrested, man? Like, how old were you? How did that go down?
I was 10, 10
Damn,
years old,
you
man. I
started
was in
young
a,
like me.
yeah, I was 10 years old. I was going to Mallard Creek Elementary in Charlotte, North Carolina, man. And there was these 3 kids that used to jump me. And it was like clockwork. Every day they would jump me in this bathroom at the school. And I'm this little guy, you know what I mean? And it's 3-on-1. And nobody else wants to get involved because these are like the bullies. Dude,
Right.
I stole this big knife from this yard sale. Remember the old Rambo knife that had the compass on the bottom?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
matches in it, all that. I steal this from a yard sale. Take it to school. They commenced trying to jump me in the bathroom that day after lunch. And I pulled it out and I just did everything I could to try to cut somebody. Luckily, they were faster than me and, got away from me. But I come out the bathroom with this knife swinging. Gym teacher grabs me, slams me. The knife skirts across the floor. Another teacher picks it up. They handcuff me, and at 10 years old, intend to do bodily harm with a deadly weapon, 3 counts.
So seeing how you grew up with the stepdad and your mom, like when that shit went on, did you face like any problems at home after that happened? Or did they kind of just, you did the right thing, you stuck up for yourself, you should have cut one of them motherfuckers type shit?
My dad was definitely one of those, pick something out, bust it, knock the brains out with it type. But I
Yeah.
also grew up in a very abusive household. When
Okay.
I mean abuse, I mean like child abuse, like the type of shit that like a grown man beating a child like he would be beating his enemy. So when you've dealt with that for so long and you get beat for no reason, you're not really scared of the repercussions of the things you do because there's a chance you're going to get beat up tonight just for a dish being dirty. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
or something being out of place in the house. When you get abused like that, I think that's for a major part of what made me really not give a shit when it comes to what I did in the streets.
Yeah.
Because I was going to wear an ass whooping no matter what I did.
Yeah. That's crazy you say that, man. When I was little, I had the same shit. My mom used to do the same thing. I had an outer ear infection and I'm crying because the shit hurt. I'm like 11 and
Right,
she's pissed at me because I'm crying. So she just
right.
punches me in my shit. So I know exactly the levels to that shit at home and how that
Yeah, and
goes.
it's crazy with it. And what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to stuff like child abuse and the things that come after that is when the person you fear the most lives in your household, everything else in the world doesn't seem that scary.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. The bully, the kid, the guys in the neighborhood, they don't seem that scary because your biggest threat, your biggest fear lives under the same roof as you. So when
Yeah.
you hit the streets, you hit them super hard. When you get to fight with somebody, you take out these things that you want to give your father or you want to give your mother. You take it out on this person as if they're the ones that
Fact.
have been doing this stuff to you.
Yeah. Facts, bro. That's definitely. And then you got no mercy. You know what I'm saying? Because
None.
once you get to that point, it's like, bro, it's whatever.
You've got so much stuff just pent up inside that a lot of times when you get into it with somebody, they catch something that didn't belong to them. You know what I mean? They just get the bad end of an ass whooping that it probably wasn't even that serious, but you got so much rage and just violence built up inside from what you see going on home and what you deal with it. When you get into it with somebody in the streets, it's going down. They're gonna get it, no mercy. You don't care how you leave them. You just want to take all that pain you have inside and inflict it
Get
on
it
them.
out. Yep. All right. So when was it that you got arrested and you were like, all right, man, like I might have to go to prison for this charge? Like, how did that all go down? And when was that?
Well, I've been up until the one that sent me away for 10 years. I had 26 arrests. That's adult. And one thing, I was smart. I didn't tell people about stuff I did. A lot of times I acted alone. If I was out robbing people, I usually moved by myself. I mean, because I learned that, less people is less trouble. It's less people to testify.
Yep.
But here I
No
am.
co-defendants.
Yes, to hell with that. You know what I mean? But at 24, I've got a best friend. He's currently doing 9 years for distribution of dope. But me and my best friend we're riding around, man, and it's a bad point in life. I'm coming off a breakup. I'm drinking real heavy. I'm snorting powder daily. I'm eating Xanax to the point that I'm just blacked out of my mind.
I already
And I've
know
been
about
doing this,
Xanax.
and I've been doing this so long now that I've kind of lost sight of who I was. You know
Right.
what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
now just this drug dealing menace with no cares. I didn't expect to live long. I figured I'm either going to be dead or in prison. So we roll around to, I just got out of jail in a place called the House of Corrections in Philly. I've been out 42 days, and it's a true story. My cellmate asked me, he said, Jay, what you gonna do when you get out? You go to court tomorrow, you got a probation violation. You know they're probably gonna let you go. They're gonna let you go. Got right hand to God, I told the man, I'm gonna get a pistol and I'm gonna get a sack. I'm gonna get right back to what I was doing.
Damn.
No cares. Within 42 days, cops are looking for me. We're riding around one night, me and my homeboy. He's got money, I've got money, but the bars just make you do things that are completely out of character.
I know.
In Xanax, you punch a cop in the face
and not even give a fuck.
Right, don't care, split his shit. So we're riding. I hit him up one night, and I'm like, yo, what's up? What are you doing? Like, I'm chilling. I'm like, look, you down for the jack? Like, I'm trying to jack dude tonight. He's like, man, not really. I said, fuck it, I got it. He's like, man, this is my ace. You know what I mean? If I ride, he rides. He's like, you're down, I'm down, I'm coming to get you. So we start our night off, man. We're riding around, and we're pretty much bucking bottles of liquor and just pulling up in different projects, robbing people, hopping out on them.
Anyone can get it type shit.
Anybody can get it. But here's the thing. We never robbed like the old lady at the gas station.
Yeah, you're robbing like dope boys and shit.
Right, absolutely. We didn't rob guys getting out of construction trucks. We went through projects and places where, bad shit happens. And that's
right, right.
So we happen to be riding around. I get a call from a chick. And it was like 2 weeks earlier, somebody ran up in the hotel room, stole a bunch of weed, stole some coke, stole a pistol. They kicked the door while we were gone. She calls me, tells me she knows where the guy's at. We go riding through there. I see him. We hop out we park the truck around the block. We had an excursion at the time on 23. So it's a very distinguishable truck. Big ass SUV, big ass rims. So we can't just pull up. We park it, creep up on the guy. I snatch him up. I tell him, go ahead, run your pockets. You know what you did. And he screams for help because his homeboys are like 50 feet away. And my homeboy, Philly, shout out Philly, hits him. And when he hit him, he just broke everything. This dude he's like one of them dudes that everybody knows if he hits you, you got to go to the hospital.
Yeah, he's knocking shit out.
Yeah, he doesn't punch guys, give him a shiner. He punches faces in. He punches this dude, crushes his whole face.
Yeah.
He goes to yell again. I lift him up. And I'm not proud of this. It's just a story. He hits him again. Boom. Teeth come out. Jaw hangs, drops. Goes limp. I drop him. We dip. We go hit some more licks. We're thinking it's the right dude. Come find out that's not even the dude. It's the wrong dude. This is an innocent dude walking down the streets.
Damn, dog.
Hit some more licks. Driving in the truck. And this is when we had the chirp. Remember the chirps back then?
Yeah, the Nextels?
The Nextel chirps.
Yeah.
So we've got the chirps, and I'm chirping back and forth with this dude, man, and I get an incoming call, and I look, I'm like, private. Who the hell's calling me from a private number? So I answer it. Hey, it's this Detective Zach Keenan with the robbery homicide unit. I said, all right, what can I do for you? He's like, your name has come up in a crime that happened tonight. I said, well, that's not me, man. You got me twisted with somebody else. Now, I'm pretty sure it's you. I said, no, it's not me. Somebody saw you out here. I said, look, I'm at the beach. He said, well, where are you staying at the beach? I said, I'm at a hotel. Well, if you're in a hotel, call me from the hotel room phone or from the lobby. And then,
Did you think, though, that they were setting you up right then?
No, some people had seen me out there and actually had told them,
okay,
these are the guys y'all are looking for.
Okay.
I knew they knew it was me. There's no doubt. You know what I mean? I had a couple dudes out there in this neighborhood that I knew. One of them asked me for a cigarette. He ended up testifying against me in court. He pinpointed me out the night the people came. So I tell him, I'm at the beach. Call me from the hotel room phone, and we'll clear you as a suspect immediately. Okay. I hang up the phone, look at my homeboy, look at the girl sitting there, say, we got to go. We got to go. Like, we got to go now. Right.
Yeah.
So we head back up to Philly, man. I'm up Philly maybe 5 days. We camped out one of my homeboys' house, Jimmy McClay, rest in peace, Jimmy. And first thing in the morning, man, I hear the knock at the door. Do. And it's that knock that you know.
Yeah.
Nobody knocks like the police.
Right, I know.
Yeah. You know the police knock. They knock that way. Everybody within the
they're shaking pictures on the wall.
Right. I'm laying on the couch, passed out. My homeboy's upstairs, butt naked with this girl in the bed. I got a gun laying there. I just woke up, was sitting there eating my sandwich from last night, smoking a blunt when I hear a knock. My other homeboy goes over, opens the door, and about the time they rush in. Fugitive Task Force, U.S. Marshals, the whole nine. They tracked us down.
So what was going through your head, man? Like, were you like, damn, like I'm fucked, bro? Or were you like fucked up at that point where you really didn't like reality didn't sink in yet?
Doc, I didn't care, man. To
Yeah.
be honest, I really didn't care. Like, I didn't care, and we'll get into this. I didn't care till later on in my bed. When they
Okay.
tore me off, like once they caught me, like as soon as they come to the door, I pushed the gun. It was like right at the couch cushion. I pushed under the couch cushion. I lay down. They get me up, cuff me, say we got one. They go upstairs. They bring my homeboy down. He's butt naked. All his business just out there swinging around. Got him in his socks. You know what I mean? So they let me put my jeans on. I step in my Timbs. They put a white feet on me, and they head me out to the paddy wagon. I sit there in Philly. I'm in Philly for about 60 some days. They call me bag and bag. I go down, and there's a Virginia cop and a U.S. Marshal. They're now flying me from Philadelphia back to Virginia.
And shit just got real.
Right. They've got to drive me. They've got to get these warrants signed for every state, to go through. But instead, they just put me on a plane and fly me over the states, and they don't need the governor's warrants.
Damn.
So I saw it back here. They start questioning me immediately. And for anybody watching, I'm going to give you the best advice you can do if you've done something wrong. Lawyer. Always say lawyer. That's all I say.
Okay.
They ask me questions. I have nothing to say. Lawyer. They tell you what you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Damn right.
They're telling you, we're going to use this against you. So what do you want to tell us? I tell them, I need a lawyer. Oh, you want to play the lawyer games? I've already said lawyer, man. That's it.
Yeah, it ain't no game. Just get the lawyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get the lawyer. I'm not saying anything to you.
Yeah.
So they've got me and they've got my homeboy, and that's it. We're done. He gets a bond, but I had a previous robbery from 1999 in Philly. So this is my second robbery, second malicious wound, and there's no possible chance, they're going to let me back out on the streets. So it's time for court. We come up on court. They come at me and they're like, look, with your points, and this lawyer, I hired this dude, tells me, here's what I can do for you. I can get you a 20-year deal right now on the table. You sign it. I said,
20-year deal?
20-year deal. That's like the worst case scenario. I said, no.
That's exactly what I would have said.
I said, you're fired. Look, you're not my lawyer anymore. Like,
yeah, kick rocks, buddy.
You just tried to give me the cop out to 20 years. Like, you're out of here. You're done.
Yeah.
I'm not paying you no more money. You're beat. I hire another lawyer. He comes back. He says, look, this is what's going to happen. It's 20 years on the malicious wounding. It's 20 years on the robbery. I can get 30 years of it suspended with 10 years to pull. He said, Jay, take the 10 years. He said, this is your second time down. You've got a very long jacket that consists of nothing but violence upon violence upon violence. If you do not take this 10 and you let them sentence you according to your guidelines, you'll get 15 to 20. So I said, I'm not going to. So you're asking me to plead guilty. You're asking me to admit to doing it. He was like, I'm asking you to take my advice and take this plea bargain. They got the guy out there that saw you that night testifying against you. The guy that was robbed, just picked you out of a pitcher lineup.
But your boy's the one that crashed you, right?
Yeah, but here in Virginia, that don't matter. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, that don't matter. If me and you run in a bank and you rob the bank and I just chill with you, it doesn't matter what you did. We both get hit with it. So
that's crazy.
We both got a robbery charge. All I held dude. What I did was I put dude in chicken wing, yoke him up, and grabbed him so he couldn't move. And my homeboy crashed it, just wrecked him. So both of us caught a malicious wound. Both of us caught a robbery.
Damn, bro. Virginia don't play, bro.
No, they don't. They ended up giving me 40 years. It was 20 years on the malicious wound, 20 suspended, 20 on the robbery with 10 suspended. So 10 to pull. My homeboy was also my co-defendant in 99 on the first robbery. But he's a juvenile. I was 19, he was 17. So this stuff doesn't come up on his points.
I got
you.
He
gets 8 years. We go back. We get the sentence reduction. He ends up with 6. I end up with 10.
Damn, bro. So in Virginia, you say the point system. In Florida, like if you get so many points, you score out the prison, but really they can legally give you a point for each month. So, you get 30 points, that's 30 months. Is that how it's worked?
Our points here, your sentencing guideline goes by points. Say you You rob somebody on the streets, you've never been in trouble before, you got 0 points. They've got the discretion to give you the mandatory minimum amount of time on it. Say you've got a long criminal history and every one of these crimes comes with a certain amount of points, and then you rob somebody, that guy might have got 2 years, but since you're a guy that's been in trouble his whole life, you might end up with 25.
Damn, bro, they ain't playing up there.
They do not play out here, man.
All right. Well, all right. So you obviously you took the deal on the time in, time out, the suspended. Right. So where did you go from there? Like in Florida, you go to a reception center. Is that how it works in Virginia?
Yeah, we have receiving. You know what I mean? Okay. You go to a receiving center where everybody's there. You don't get everybody that goes there. You could be there for stealing a generator and be in a cell with a dude that's a mass murderer.